Since all of our brains are cooked, full of microplastics, and the attention span of the average social media scroller is down to nothing, here's an ADHD-friendly version of my full-length 1-hour YouTube restoration video of this 73 Ramirez. I'm going to correct the neck angle of this amazing classical guitar by pulling out all of the frets, planing the fretboard so the string height is lower to an optimal playing height, and refret the guitar so the owner can actually enjoy playing it. Here I am removing the frets by heating them, introducing some moisture to reduce chip out, and then I move on to sand the ebony board slightly so I can plane the proper angle on without any tear out. I start planing it, and every once in a while I stop to check that I'm maintaining the original radius and that the whole surface is flat without any bumps or dips. I keep planing until I reach the proper angle and get as close to perfect as possible before I move on to sandpaper to even things out and introduce the proper amount of relief to this board. I check the relief with my straight edge and some feeler gauges, and then move on to recut the fret slots to the proper width and depth, which I check with my fret slot gauge before I chamfer the edges of the slots with my 3-corner file, so these frets can go in easier and to reduce chip out if these frets ever need to be removed again. I bend the fret wire to the proper radius, carefully cut each fret to size, double check the radius, and start installing them using hot glue and my hammer. I inspect each fret after I install them to make sure that they're seated properly, there are no gaps, and then I move on to the next one, always cleaning excess glue squeeze out in between the installation of each fret. After the hide glue has fully dried and cured overnight, I read the board with my notch straight edge, and in this case I use some compression fretting to add a bit of back bowl to this neck, since I know that previously, under string tension, this neck will be pulled into too much relief if left straight as it was before. I then clip the excess wire, making sure not to leave any sharp fret ends on my bench, which could ruin the finish of any guitar that would rest on top of them. I move on to carefully file the fret ends flush to the fretboard, add a 45-degree bevel to them before leveling, crowning, and polishing the surface of the frets, checking with my fret rocker as I go. I finish everything by rounding the sharp corners of the frets. And here's the final result. The action is set to 4 millimeters on the bass side, 3 on the treble, and the relief is set to 5/1000 of an inch. Thanks for watching.